Hey everyone, welcome into the third episode of the first season of Friday Night Leagues with Jon Gordon. I'm Jon Gordon, and in this show, every single Friday, I'll be here to tell you about the most recent news that is happening around the major leagues. Let's get it started. Alright, as you can see, I'm in a new setup, so I thought I'd try something new, because I'm bringing my mom on the show. Say hi, Mom.
Hi, guys.
Alrighty, let's get it started. As I started last week, let's get into the NFL.
What about the trades, John?
What about the trades? Well, I have some trades to report. I didn't have any last week, but I do this week.
Tell us about Jalen Waddle and why that was a poor trade for the Dolphins.
Alrighty, so Jalen Waddle and a fourth was traded to the Broncos for first, third, and fourth round picks. This leaves the Miami wide receiver core extremely weak.
And the Broncos?
This was an amazing trade for the Broncos, adding an extra star receiver to an already incredible offense who almost made the Super Bowl last season but lost in the AFC Championship game.
I heard the Chiefs trade with Justin Fields was entertaining. Can you tell us why?
Well, reports by Andy Reid said that they're going to use Justin Fields in a Taysom Hill type way. A Taysom Hill type way is using him in any position they need.
That's awesome. And Wyatt Teller, why is he going to help out the Texans?
Well, last season, as we saw, C.J. Stroud was a headless chicken, running out there, getting sacked all the time. Hopefully, and that's why they brought him in, Wyatt Teller can block and help the sack problem that the Texans have.
Thank God. And in the fantasy world, I heard there's a B. Robinson Jr. issue.
B. Robinson Jr.? Brian or Bijan?
I don't know. Which one, John?
Well, Brian Robinson Jr. this time signs with the Falcons on a one-year, $2.5 million deal. And I'm telling you, all those fantasy football players, please select B. Robinson Jr. from the Falcons running back as your first pick.
And what's so interesting about JSN?
JSN? Well, he is coming off a Offensive Player of the Year award, and he has just signed a record-breaking extension with the Seahawks, a 4-year, $186.6 million deal, making $42.5 million per year. That is he is now the highest paid wide receiver.
Oh, well, I hope he's worth it. You know, John, we can't end the NFL without talking about the Eagles.
We really can't. So let's talk about the Eagles. The Eagles have signed Marquise Hollywood Brown on a one-year, $6.5 million deal. I'd say this was a pretty good signing, but bringing Marquise Hollywood Brown as the wide receiver 3 to replace Jahan Dotson as a boomer-bust player. We signed him only as a one-year deal, so if he doesn't work out, we can let him go next season. But if he works out, that'd be amazing for the Eagles.
All right, John, let's end it with March Madness.
Let's end it with March Madness. Alrighty. So as I did on my Saturday show, or my Saturday thank you last week, I talked about the first round, the round of 64, with upsets and some crazy endings. Well, the round of 32 did not disappoint with those same things. To start off with some of the last-second wins for some teams, St. John's beat Kansas 67-65 on a last-second layup by Dylan Darling. Iowa took down the defending champs, Florida, 72-73. And Nebraska took down Vanderbilt in the final second, 72-74. But an upset that did happen was Texas. They upset Gonzaga. The 11th seed upsetted the 3rd seed, 71-68. And then in this week, everybody probably has heard the name of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar from St. Louis. Well, their Cinderella story has ended because Michigan has kicked them out of the March Madness tournament, winning 95-72 to move on to the Sweet 16. Well, now let's all move on to the Sweet 16. Alrighty, so Texas almost spoiled Purdue and took another upset, but Purdue won the game off a tip-in by one of their players. They won 74-76. And another team that spoiled was Iowa, winning 77-71 against Nebraska. And what did they spoil? My bracket. My March Madness bracket is now at 73.1% because of Iowa and Texas.
Well, John, I hear the draft is coming soon, and I'm really excited to hear what you have to say about that. So everybody should stay tuned as we get closer. John's going to have more information for everybody.
I will. In my next week's show, as we get closer in the next few weeks until it, I will have more information on the draft. But that's all we have for you here today. Thank you all, and please subscribe.